Good morning, and good morning. Guys, as you come on, tag a friend, tell them, hey, it's time for Freedom by Design and with Dr. K. So my name is Dr. K. If this is your first time listening, being on, understand I am the founder of Freedom by Design, but this is our movement. This is our time each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30. We go live so that we can talk about whatever God has placed on our heart. And this morning, it is everything serves a purpose. So good morning, Christy. Good morning, Rutho. Hey, Lynn. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Avril. Thank you guys for tuning in and jumping on. Hey, Kenneth. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of my veterans. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you so much. We are so humbled and grateful for your service. No matter how long you've been or how short of a time. I know we have some of our family members and friends who just joined the services. We are grateful and thankful for you all. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Linda. Good morning, everyone. So, hey, Browder. Good morning, my love. Good morning, Central. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in. Linda, Miami is in the house. Thank y'all for supporting me so much on this past weekend. I want to talk about everything serving a purpose. And if you all, I feel like I'm so short this morning. Let me kind of raise up a little bit. If you all are not tuning in to the God Zone to get your morning started, I want to say it again. Please, guys, you are missing out. The way that we wake up in the morning so excited. You're like, why is she all hyped this time of morning? Because I've been on the God Zone Monday through Friday. That is how Frank and I start our day. We get up, we're praising, we get a message, we can ask for prayer. All of those great things are going on. So, Rutho, I know you're on, the founder, co-founder. He and his beautiful wife, Avril, Ocillian Samillian. If you guys would drop that information in the chat, please, 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 because I want people to know, how is she up and moving like this? Why is she excited? I'm excited because it's the God Zone and me, baby. I'm excited about it. So this morning, my sister Nicole, she started talking, and she talked about that spirit of rejection. And it's always interesting to me how God aligns everything in our lives, the people in our lives, the things that we're doing. And this morning, as I commented on her conversation, on her message, I found myself somewhere in between processing the pain and letting things go, letting things and people go. So I want to kind of start my conversation with, so many of us deal with pain in different ways. When we think of pain just off the rip, it's always something negative. It's like, oh, I don't want to feel any pain. Let me take some medicine. Let me do something. If I'm hurting emotionally, I want to get past it. I don't want to feel it anymore. We fall on our knees. We're like, Lord, help me take this away. I don't want to deal with it. So we're going to experience pain, be it mental, physical, physiological. It does not matter. The thing about it is, when I went back and I'm looking, and I'm like, in the Bible, pain is written about at least about 70 times, if not more. But when we think about pain, I don't want us to always think about it from a negative connotation, because in this season of my life, I'm processing that thing a little different. I have a different perspective on it. Good morning, Mom. Good morning. Good morning. When we think about it, it really does serve a purpose. I want you to think about a child. How would a child know not to touch an iron, not to touch a stove, if there were not some sort of pain associated with it, if that heat wasn't there? I can think of a time when I was a little girl, I think I probably was about 4 or 5. There was an iron on the bed. I was told not to go over there. Don't touch it. Don't go over there. Be careful, that iron is there. But I reached across, I stepped across, and that iron burnt me on my inner thigh. I still have that little scar right now today. That pain helped me to understand that iron was hot. So I know I wouldn't make that mistake anymore. I know sometimes we're looking at TV, and all day commercials are coming on about all the medications that we can take to stop this, all the medications we can take for that. But if we take the medication, it's some side effects that are going to come with it. So with that being said, I'm like, I'm just going to process this pain. And many of us deal with, as I was thinking about my sister Nicole and talking, many of us deal with a lot of pain as a result of relationships. And as I was sitting and I was thinking, and I'm like, Lord, you don't have me studying relationships right now. What's going on? I don't understand. And he was like, because I need you to talk about it because so many of us get caught up on people, and God uses people to bless us, to show us, to teach us, to build us. And a lot of times we get more caught up on them than Him. And He has to shift that thing so we can understand it's not all about them, it's about how He is using them in our lives. And when I thought about it, I reflected on James 1 2 through 3, and it says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know the testing of your faith produces steadfastness." So with that, alone, I can't handle the pain. Alone, I can't process the pain. No matter what you see on the exterior right here, right now, when I'm going through periods of pain and suffering and all of that kind of stuff, I have to bring it to Him because His strength is made perfect in my weakness. I can't handle it. And, He wants us to say, hey, God, this is too much for me. I'm bringing it to you and I'm going to leave it at your feet and I'm going to walk away from it because I know that there's a purpose for it. I want to identify the purpose. I want to get the lesson that I need to get. I'm not going to rush you because I know that your will and your timing is perfect, but I want to make sure that I acknowledge that I can't fix it by myself. And so many of us are on this fix it phase or this fix it fast. I would even say we are trying to fix our family, our friends, our loved ones. We're trying to fix everything and everybody. But God is saying it is not about you fixing it. It's a purpose. I need you to learn the lesson. I need you to see why this thing is happening. I'm not asking you to fix it. And we jump, and I was guilty of that. We jump right into fix it mode. Okay, what I need to do? Let me make a list. Okay, so if we're gonna do this, I need to do this first and go. No, it's not about that. And He had to teach me that in my life through relationships because many of the people that came in my life, and those of you who read the book, you've seen how I was afraid to be alone. I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to be by myself. Lord, how is this going to happen? So I jumped from relationship, situationship to situationship, be it friends or whatever it might have been. And I was putting people before God, and He was like, no, that's not how I intended that for that to be. But in this season of my life, I've learned, God used those people for a specific time. Some people are going to stay with you for the duration of your life. Some people were with you during that season of promotion or whatever it might have been. Some people were with you during that season of go through. And I don't want us to discount and say, well, dog, they were here when everything was good, but now that I'm going through, nobody is here. That's because probably they weren't meant to be here in that season. God equips us all with different gifts, different anointing. So I don't want to hold anybody in my life in a certain season where they have not been preordained because I opened the door and I let them in. Another thing is we have to learn to walk with our eyes looking forward. We got to stop looking backward. Our past does serve a purpose. There were some lessons, there are some things that were taught to us that we saw happen that shouldn't repeat themselves. We shouldn't be culprits to allow them to repeat themselves over and over again. We cannot allow our past to define us. It's our past for a reason. It's behind us. We got to stop bringing up that old stuff and stirring it up. My granddaddy used to say, well, when you stir it up, you know what happened. It stinks. I don't want to stir up that old stuff. I want to leave it right here where it is. As Proverbs 4:25 through 27 says, let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Give careful thought to the paths for your feet and be steadfast in all your ways. So, family, I said it to myself and I'm going to say it to you. We got to stop being afraid of people who are leaving and things that are leaving and doors that are closing. They're supposed to close for a reason. Let them go. Let it go. It's a reason. It's a purpose. Stop blaming the devil for everything because the devil has no territory. He has no dominion. He can only do what God allows him to do. And that is for a test for us so that it can build our stamina and our strength. We can go forward. I don't want to bring anybody in this season of my life that is not supposed to be here. We have to make sure that we realize, hey, I got to get in a quiet space. If you got too much noise and too much chatter going on, then you can't hear what he's saying to you. And sometimes that's why he'll move people out. I think I've talked about it before, the fact that He'll bring people in our lives and you'll know that that person is supposed to be there. It'll be alignment, things will be clicking, they'll be pushing you, it'll be some discomfort, it makes you get out of your comfort zone. But then when you let somebody else come through the back door that he never said was going to come, but he's permissive in his will, you let him slide in and you're like, God, why is this thing happening? Like, I don't understand why, it seems so chaotic. And that's God saying, because I never said they were supposed to be along for the ride. You're like, why am I tired? Why am I exhausted? Because you are dragging somebody that's not supposed to be with you in this season. That's right, Santrell. Leave the past where it belongs. We only have room for right now. And I see Apple saying, don't be afraid of the closed door. I promise you, when it closes, you have to let it go. It's nothing wrong with thinking about a person or sending a message every now and again and saying, hey, I just thought about you, praying that you guys are doing well. I think about that when I look at Facebook sometimes, how they show you the memories. They'll give you memories of whatever you might have posted on this day 5 years ago, 3 years ago, a year ago. And sometimes when I look, I'm like, oh, let me go in and delete that memory, because that's one that I definitely don't want to relive. And most of them are good memories, but they keep coming up, and you have to make sure you protect your mind, you protect your space, because everybody isn't supposed to be right here, right now. I am not saying that they're bad people. I'm saying if they serve their purpose, let it be, let it go. If it, whatever the thing is, if it has served this purpose, let it go, let it be. Even Jesus knew when he had to distance himself from the disciples' family. He knew when he had to leave all of them and say, okay, it's time for me to go prayer. I'm going to take these 3 right here and I'm going to go do what I need to do. But even they didn't necessarily come through. So sometimes we have to let it go because it's weighing us down, because it's not going to help propel us to where we're supposed to be. And in those seasons where he puts those midwives, where he puts those accountability angels, where he puts the people around you that are supposed to guide you, push you, even make you uncomfortable, you know what? We have to be open to receive it. It makes me go right back to Psalms 1:1. Blessed is the man that walketh in the counsel of the that walketh in the, not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Guys, we want to talk to people that are going to be able to drop some wisdom into us. We want to talk to people who have been where we are going, people who have foresight, people who can tell us, yes, I remember. Because when I say everything serves a purpose, this season of your life, it serves a purpose, because you have to have a testimony. That means you're going to be able to witness to somebody about, hey, I remember in 2020 when everything was just going crazy, people were getting sick, we were losing loved ones left and right. It was so much going on. People were losing their jobs. This was happening, that was happening, but God provided. I never had my refrigerator empty. My bank account was always doing X, Y, and Z. We were living in abundance, and you have to be able to tell that story. Or maybe your story is, God sat me down. He stopped me from being able to move, to go, and I had to sit and I had to build a relationship with him. He opened some doors. He exposed me to me. He allowed me to sit down and reflect, to say, hey, remember what you did in this season? Take a look at it. How could we have done that different? Remember what you did with this season and this season right here? How can we do it different? Because I feel like right now, and I don't know if this is for anybody else, but prophetically, I feel like it's almost like being in a slingshot. Like we're in a slingshot and he's pulling us back and pulling us back. And oh my goodness, when he lets us go, we're just going to propel forward. But we got to be ready. We got to be ready. We got to be ready. We have to look at everything around us and understand it's serving a purpose. It's a reason that it's happening. It's the reason that that test is so hard. It's the reason that that child isn't listening to everything you say. That child might not be listening to everything you say because they're looking at everything that you do. That person might be saying, well, how do they know? Because you are going to have to open your mouth. You're going to have to be transparent. You're going to have to be vulnerable. You're going to have to expose yourself so some people can see that, you know what, I can make it through this. I can do this. It's not what it looks like. It's going to be better on the other side. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Many of us, like Paul, we want to be like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this, Lord. Remove it. Take it from me. But guess what? His grace is sufficient for us. He is going to bring us through every morning when our name is called. And our name has been called because you're on here right now. He is saying, I got work for you to do. We need to be jumping up. We need to wake up with excitement and say, okay, Lord, I don't know what it is, but I'm ready. I'm ready to do it. Who do you need me to talk to? What do you not? Why me? What do you need me to do, Lord? What is it that I'm supposed to be doing? How can I be better each and every single day? I wake up running every single day. I get my God Zone family in my ear. It's on speaker. Me and my husband are listening. Our minds are open. We're ready to pray. We're ready to worship. And we're like, okay, what does this day have for us? Whatever it is, we know that God has already gone before us and he has worked it out on our behalf. So family, I just want you to know whatever it is that you're going through, and we're all dealing with different situations. Just like 2 days ago, I could barely hear myself talk. My voice was so raspy and so hoarse. I wish I could tell y'all that I'm taking some kind of medication. I'm not. I told the doctors I ain't taking nothing else. I'm not a guinea pig. We're not going to do it. Lord, I'm giving this thing to you. You know what I did? I took this right here, which is my anointing oil, and I anoint myself. I anoint my head. I anoint my mouth. I anoint my throat. We anoint this house. And you know what? That thing just works itself out. I'm like, however you want to use. So it serves a purpose. Every little thing, no matter how small, no matter how big, it's a reason, guys. He is doing this in this season, whatever your this is. If your marriage is being tested, if your finances are being tested, if your children are, you're having issues with your children, with your family members, with your finances, it's all serving a purpose. Get quiet. Yes, yes, and yes. That pressing is coming so that oil can come, so the anointing can flow. And family, I believe it wholeheartedly because I've seen it happen. You know, we can be going through seasons of, I don't understand what's going on. Why is this happening? And he can change it just like that. But it's for a reason. The pressing has a purpose. We are being purposefully pressed. So don't discount it. Don't complain about it. Just say thank you. Count it all joy for all of the things that he is doing because there is joy connected with it. There is love connected with it. He is doing it in love, not out of any kind of hate. So right now, family, I ask you guys to continue praying for me because I'm going to keep praying for you. And remember, everything serves a purpose. I want you to have a fantastic Wisdom Wednesday. For our veterans, once again, I thank you for your service so much. We are free because of your bravery. Thank you so much. We love you. For those who are currently in the armed services, we love you as well. Family, I want you to have a good day. Don't be exhausted. Don't be weighted down. Don't be dreary. Don't say, oh my goodness, I'm so tired of this. No, he has called us another day to do his work. We're not tired. We're equipped. Our stamina is being built. Everything, no matter how big or how small, it serves a purpose. I love each and every one of you guys. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. If you have not purchased your copy of Exposed, please go to www.freedombydesign1.com and order your copy of the book. I am super excited. I have some events coming up, so I'll be posting those events where you can come out here in Metro Atlanta and see me November 22nd. I'm going to be at the Doubletree in East Point. I'll post that information for a pop-up event. And November the 28th, I have an event as well. So I'm going to be posting so you can come out. I'm excited. He is pressing us. The oil is flowing. I receive it. I believe it. And I thank God for each and every one of you guys. Have a fantastic day and be safe. I love you. Bye-bye.